first day of class? That's all right. Okay, well, I had a rough experience though on the first 12-hour days, and I got up at 6 and didn't get home until 6 yesterday. And I figure that's just Tuesday and Thursday, and we should be okay. Monday, Wednesdays, I come here at 8, and I probably be able to get home by 5, but still in between there's a little bit break. It was a little bit crazy yesterday because it's the first day of class, it's always a lot of things going on at the same time. So we give you a fairly complete orientation about the course and went through the course policy. And I do need you to make sure that you take the time and go through the syllabus. And I'm not just saying that for the sake of saying that. And then I really want you to understand the course policy. And also I want you to understand if you need any help in this course, you cannot afford to wait. When you have a question, you ask. Okay, and I'm here pretty much all day long, Monday through Thursday, and feel free to ask me a question either in person or send me a message. And if you do Canvas message, it's instant, and the moment you send the message, I will get the message there. If I'm in my office there, I'll see that message, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Other things about the lab there, again, there are 2 different sections there. 510, that's the lab with me. 511, that's the lab with Professor Brown. And so I think some of you may have gone to the wrong section. Only one or two people there did that yesterday. And we're okay. I talked to Dr. Brown on a regular basis there. So you just need to look at your record to make sure you go to the correct section of the lab. And again, 510 is the lab with me. 511 is the lab with Professor Brown. And there are still changes, and I was checking the roster right before I came here, and there are still changes in registration. So the first couple of days in the summer session, maybe even a week and a half, there's still going to be changes there. But if you already paid and you're in, you're in. Okay. And another thing about missing classes there is that I would really be worried if you're going to be missing more than 1 or 2 lecture classes there, or 1 or 2 lab classes there, because in regular semester, well, in the summer there, 1 day of lecture is pretty much equivalent to roughly about a week of material that we have to cover. Okay, so those are the things that you really need to keep in mind. And even though this is going to be fairly intensive, but as I said, we have 40 hours in the summer for this course versus 37 hours in the regular semester. So we do have more time in terms of lecture contact hours during the summer there, so we should be able to do this course. The thing here is that you just don't have as much time compared to the regular semester to process and digest information given to you, and therefore you will have to make sure that you are focused on this course. And it's only 5 weeks, so before you know it, it's going to be the end of it. Okay, and so we will continue our discussion. And as I teach this class there, I always try to tell the students there are only 2 things that you need to understand. One is definition, the other calculation. If you can manage to do these 2 things well, then you shouldn't have much problem. So we went through a lot of definition yesterday, and we talked about how we classify matter. What is a pure substance? What is a mixture? And under pure substance, we have element, we have compound. Under mixture, we have homogeneous mixture, we have heterogeneous mixture. So you need to know these definitions in order to do exercise like this. And when you are working on the homework, which I really hope that you have already started, okay? And if you look, if you click on homework number 1 on Canvas there, and you will see the assignments there. And homework number 1 covers the questions assigned in chapter 1, 2, and 3. We started chapter 1 yesterday. So I want you to go ahead and get started working on homework problems there. And in that course of working on the homework problems there, if you have questions, if you don't understand a particular question even sometimes, and you can ask me, what is what is this question asking? And as I always put it, chemistry is like a foreign language. Sometimes you put all the words together, you recognize each and every word, but you don't know what that sentence means. And that happens when you learn a foreign language there. So if you don't understand what the question is asking, then let me know, and I'll try to do the translation for you. And not necessarily giving you the answer, rather than just maybe state that question in a different way so that you can understand what the question is asking you to do. And based on our discussion, then in class there, and then you can try to figure out the answer. So we did this exercise in class as the last activity yesterday, and a couple more exercises there related to the definitions that we gave you, and the different terms that we gave you. So here you have a transparent red liquid. You put it in beaker at room temperature, and then the evaporation occurs. The liquid is gone, and after a while, only a red solid is left. And we ask you, what is the original liquid? Is it an element, a compound, homogeneous mixture? Why?
Homogeneous because they're separable, the red and the solid that remains.
Very good. So we have a transparent liquid, meaning it's a single phase mixture. And there are two things in there. How do we know there are two things? Evaporation happens, something left, and there's another chemical, another matter remained there. And the chemical that remained has a red color. So whatever the color is for the evaporated liquid, we